Nicholas Velasquez, fighting at a fight lab under Coach Crew Fitz, faces a tough test tonight in Jacob El Tortuga Pais. He's absolutely seasoned in Muay Thai and looks to make his transition over into MMA now. Pais seems to think he's got his number, but if there's one thing that you should know about Nicholas Velasquez, it's to never count him out of a fight and never, ever underestimate his abilities. Because when he gets into space, he is better than anyone at shot selection, at accuracy, and making things very uncomfortable for his opponents. He's very unorthodox in the way that he fights. I talked to a past opponent of his, and he said that, man, when you get him out there in the center of the octagon or the center of the ring, he is absolutely a constant threat, and you cannot take your foot off the gas pedal with him. You have to pressure him. That is a necessity. You cannot let him get free. So about as dangerous as anyone else. And of course, under the tutelage of Fight Lab, he is going to be technical. He's going to get better every time he goes out there, and he's going to be able to use long-range weapons. But enter his opponent, Jacob Tortuga El Pais.
And his opponent, making his way to the right corner, Jacob Pais.
Jacob Pais promised me a fight of the night performance. That is a tall task considering some of the fights we've already had, but if you take one look at any of his past work, it becomes clear to see that this man is a showman. He loves to fight, and he loves to put on a show for the fans, so I have no doubt that we are going to see some peak-level entertainment tonight. He's a two-time amateur Fight For It lightweight champion. Said that he wanted to branch out. He wanted to make his name in other promotions, and this is his first time fighting in New York, so he's itching to give the fans a good time. Said he's been working on his stand-up, and he knows his opponent will shoot at some point. Wants to beat Nick at his own game. And again, obviously thinks he's going to get performance of the night. He's accustomed to those. And he does have an undescribable aura to him that makes you think that he will somehow find a way to get fight of the night after all of these absolute bangers that we've seen so far. And already starting off with the showboating. Let's throw it over now to Mike Fowler in the cage to make this one official.
Contest scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Fight Lab USA, Nicholas Velasquez. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, representing MMA Greensboro, Jacob Pais. The man in charge of the action at the sound
Jacob
of the bell,
Pais already
Zach
starting off
Warner.
with the antics. Interested to see how this one starts. Velasquez, much more of a cerebral fighter. Again, likes to take his time, stay at range. Pais, much more of a pressure-heavy fighter. Loves to use his boxing. Touch of gloves as we begin the first of 3 3-minute rounds. Tortuga already initiates the clinch. Has submission wins as well as knockout wins on his record. A good job breaking up by Velasquez. Pais gets reversed. Beautiful reversal by Velasquez, who goes to the body, back upstairs. Tries for a head kick, but just misses. Pais never one to lose his composure in the cage. See, he's cool as a cucumber. Velasquez doing a really good job of landing, though. Nice jab. Pais tries for the Imanari roll. And that will take an effect on Velasquez. I mean, it's hard to fight a guy like this. Usually you try stuff like this in sparring. Pais is happy to just do it in front of a crowd of people. He doesn't care where, but that's a nice shot over the top by Velasquez. Another interesting and unique thing about El Tortuga is he's pressure heavy, but he's slow. You'll see the pace of a fight now. He never kind of competes at a pace that's not his own. He likes to keep the fight where he wants it. It's a beautiful takedown by him, and he likes to keep the fight at a much more slower and kind of almost methodical type of pace. Nice knee as well. Poking out that front kick. It's like the Nate Diaz stance going on right now. Oh! Tries for the head kick, gonna hang out in guard. Doing anything he can to get Velasquez to the ground. Nice jab popped by both men. Uppercut inside. Tortuga goes into the clinch. As the outside trip if he wants it, Velasquez does a good job of recentering. Tries for a lateral drop and just kind of finds Velasquez inside to his guard. Velasquez not having any of it, though. And that's going to be it for round number 1. So round number 2, and again, everything you see with Pais you get as advertised. Definitely an odd fight style. It's a good point. He kind of fights like a mixture of Strickland and Nate Diaz. It's a good call out by my broadcast partner there. All right, set to go here for round number 2. Pais trying to get the crowd behind him. Gives the commentary table a little flex. Beginning of round number 2. Comes out considerably more aggressive round number 2. Perhaps that round was a feeler. He's going to be able to connect his hands. Let's see if he can finish the double here. A fantastic job by Velasquez defending the takedown. Tortuga is going to get the body lock takedown. Going to end up on top. Darce choke. Darce choke. Thinks better of it. And Velasquez back up to his feet. A beautiful job so far, Velasquez denying the ground game of Tortuga. Big head kick. Velasquez is doing just enough to keep this fight from going to the ground. Beautiful stand-up. Oh! Pais almost, gets a sort of judo throw takedown. I'm not even sure what you call that. And this is an interesting discussion about how you will start to judge these fights, because right now, Pais is the more aggressive fighter, is trying for more takedowns. That's a nice back take by Velasquez, but Tortuga, to his credit, rolls out of it. Uh-oh. Pais does have a knee bar win on his record. Velasquez out into safety, though. And so this is an interesting conversation about how you judge fights like this, because right now Pais is putting more pressure on, but he's not necessarily threatening with any submissions in the clinch, right? He's going to go in on a takedown. Going to get the takedown. Nicely done. But then it's like, what does he do with it? It's almost, his style reminds me of a Merab Dvalishvili, where he is constantly pressuring in the grappling department. 45 seconds remain. A nice shoulder strike. And if nothing else, you can appreciate the unorthodox nature of a Jacob Pais fight. Velasquez has got to get out of here. He's got to find a way to circle out. Oh, another nice shoulder strike. And Pais trying to put on volume. Drops in on a takedown. Will he finish it before the end of the round? No, he will not. Third round coming up. And you get the sense that El Tortuga really enjoys fighting. Sometimes it's not dependent on a win or a loss. He just enjoys being in there. Not seemingly concerned at all. And locked in on his opponent. And again, an interesting fight to call, to judge. One of those ones where you do not want to be a judge when the end of this fight comes along. Still have 3 minutes left of real estate to work with. This one could be finished. Third and final. 3 minutes left. A nice show of respect between two men. Oh, big overhand by Pais. He's going to try to elevate with that single leg. Velasquez has done such a good job so far tonight denying takedowns. Tortuga tries to throw in. Oh my goodness, he has hooks in. And a fantastic back take by Jacob Pais. Velasquez reverses it though. And Pais is not going to get rewarded for his efforts. At least not now. 2 minutes 15 left. Nice body shot by Tortuga. And another takedown. Velasquez does a great job of stuffing it. Oh, you cannot ground and pound to the head. He's going to finish the takedown. And another takedown. I think he might be setting a record for takedowns attempted in a fight in RFC. I've never seen this many attempted before. The referee again having a word. Velasquez cannot ground and pound to the head of a downed opponent. But Pais fighting the fight exactly the way he wants it. Grueling, slow. The two separate. Nice jab by Velasquez. Big winging shots. 45 seconds remain. Oh, big head kick just swings and misses. The referee's going to reset the... I mean, yeah, there's no way that he's going to be able to get that done in time. Tortuga in on the single leg. Weird way of getting it. Kind of in a stalemate. Finds the body lock though. Big ground and pound shots from Pais. That will most likely be the end of the fight. And so an exciting fight to be sure. Let's see how the judges see this one. Again, I'm not entirely sure how you would call this, but in due time we will find out. Pais said that he wanted to make his name in other promotions. Safe to say he'd like to be had back. And I think with a performance like that, nobody will deny him. And now he's breakdancing. Always showtime for Jacob El Tortuga Pais. But how about Velasquez? Really did a great job defending takedowns, negating the off-brand nature of Pais' fight. For now, though, let's throw it over to Mike Falvo in the cage to make this one official.
And as always, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for one great fight. After 3 hard-fought rounds of action, we go to the official scorecard. The judges have scored the fight 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27 for your winner by way of unanimous decision. Out of the red corner, Jacob Pais.
Jacob El Tortuga Pais does enough to get it done. Interesting decision. I felt it could have gone either way. But in the end, the wrestling, the takedowns, even the attempts, the clinch was enough to get it done. And it was a close fight, 29-28 across the board. But Velasquez, you do not hold your head low. Safe to say we're going to see Tortuga sometime in the near future.